to me, democracy is like the voice of the people, basically, and the agency that people should have. I believe that, like, I don't really believe there's much democracy in this country. There may be more here than in other countries because there is freedom of speech, but I think that, like, it's hard to truly achieve democracy when you have such a large scale you have representative of people, but it's on such a large scale and it's not personal. I think that it's easier to achieve true democracy of the people when when communities are more there's more solidarity within smaller local communities. Democracy to me is about expressing my agency and expressing my voice in order to make not only my life better, but other people's better. But I think that the reason why I say that I think that there's a lack of democracy here is because in this country there is a huge sense of complacency that is kind of bestowed upon us because of our education systems here. Like, I really do believe that the complacency comes from a lack of knowledge about our history and a lack of knowledge about our present state, and that is something that so many people don't have a good control over, and they'll never achieve control over it because they don't know that it's happening. And so people in this country, when they talk about democracy, they're just like, yeah, we have freedom of speech and we have a vote, you know, but there's so many other elements and variables that come with giving the people what they want. And also on top of that, like, the majority isn't always right. And it's really important to understand that, like, and that's why local communities are really important, because when you're in a more personal setting, or when you're in settings where, you know, you're around things that you actually see, you know, and you're around people who see how you live, it's easier for there to be better communication about what we really want as, you know, like, separate communities. So last semester I was in Ghana, West Africa, through Guilford College, and I was able to experience life on campus, which was about a mile away, and then also life in this really small community called Ola. And it was like, we all had our host mothers and they knew each other, and they took care of themselves, like, as far as the resources that they needed. They you know, they got them themselves, but they were all everything was from local farmers, and everything was organic and healthy, and people took the time out to cook food, like real food, and people took the time out to greet someone and actually ask them how they are, like how one another are doing. And I noticed that it works. Like, you would hear conversations about politics in Ghana, because, you know, they have a president and all this stuff, but it wasn't something that, it wasn't like an outcry, and it wasn't the type of thing where they I don't know, it was just like conversation in passing, you know. But, and I think that is because people took care of themselves and people took care of their communities, you know. And so if a kid would run out of the house into the street, it wasn't a big deal because the person across the street was watching them. The older I get, and the more I get outside of these, like, little bubbles, like the elementary school bubble and the middle school bubble, and now the Guilford bubble, I'm realizing how important and close to my heart community is, and how hard it is to make that a reality because of this individualistic way of living in this country. And, like, people don't understand that it's counterproductive. Like, it does not make any sense for you to just take care of your own, even in this country where it's possible. Because, I mean, if you just look at all the systems that we work under, I could see them being a million times better if we actually cared about each other.